and welcome to this week's edition of our live stream podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Evie, and we are excited to bring you this live stream.
The Little Guys is located at 19031 South Old LaGrange Road in Mokina, just south of Chicago, right off of I-80, easy to get to from everywhere. Get off at LaGrange Road South, bottom of the hill, make a left, make another quick left between the Denny's and the White Castle, and you're good to go. The store is open Monday through Thursday, 10 until 6, Friday and Saturday, 10 until 5. Always available at info@thelittleguys.com, and you can call the store if you want, 708-754-8844. We do make house calls all over Chicagoland, as Evie will attest to, as she tracks all the locations, and including Northwest Indiana, Southwest Michigan. It's just a good idea to come on into the store first and have some kind of a dialogue, or at least have some kind of a dialogue with the store somehow, phone, email, whatever works for you. And then if we need to come out to the house, we'll come out, we'll take a look and figure out what's going on, and we'll meet you there. If you don't want to drive out to the store and you want us to come out to the house, call, email, set it up. Somehow we'll make it happen.
We'd certainly rather you came out to the store, because just so you could see all the cool things that are available and see them working.
It's easier to kind of give you a perspective of the possibilities, but there are times where literally people never even make it into the store.
Sure.
Right. So we can do it there if you want. We'll discuss all the possibilities. We can check for wire pass. We'll do all that kind of stuff when we're at your house. We do charge to come out and do a walkthrough, but we credit it back at some point during the installation process. So it's taken care of there. We invite you to make comments during the podcast or whenever. This is a live stream, so we do still carry copies of it on our website, and you'll be able to see them in other places as well. So that's it for technicalities. Although we're going to get this whole one on the air, I promise. Right?
We'll see.
All right. We want to talk. We promised last week we would talk a little bit, or the week before, a little bit about CES. And you see CES on the news, you get a 30-second or a 60-second soundbite of one product or two products.
It's probably a drone or virtual reality.
Or some weird glasses or some other car interacting with something, or something like that. We're going to give you an idea of what CES is actually like, or our perspective of walking through and participating in CES. There's this giant convention center. I mean, McCormick Place
times 3.
Whatever.
It's massive.
It is massive. Unbelievable how big it is, and it's completely full of everything from Chinese vendors, or companies that actually make iPod cases and semiconductors and transistors.
Humidifiers. We saw humidifiers.
Anything. Bedding. Anything. They make anything to do with anybody's lifestyle.
Right. If it plugs into the wall or it runs on batteries, right. It was there.
No question about it. So it goes from that and then all the way to, small audio companies at some level. But in the main areas, it's typically the bigger vendors, the bigger suppliers, the Samsungs, the LGs, the Sonys, the bigger companies like that. There's also a huge variety of cheap TV manufacturers, companies who make big TVs really cheap. And they look really cheap. I mean, the pictures, it amazes me to this day that you would create this display that probably costs you $100,000, $200,000 to participate in, with CTA now, with the show itself, and then have a bad picture on the television. But I'm going to tell you over and over and over again, we see that. The big guys like the Sonys and the LGs and the Samsungs, of course, show some of their future product or latest product.
Some of their concept products.
Exactly. Stuff that's probably never going to make it. Yeah, that we'll never see. Some things that we will see. They've gotten better at it, though. I mean, they used to show stuff that just they throw out a bunch of things and see what sticks, and then come out with it later. Or whatever.
Right. Somebody had an 8K TV that didn't really look any better than the current 4K.
I'm not sure it looked very good at all, actually. Yeah. It was kind of goofy. Obviously a total prototype kind of a concept.
Right. That's one of the concept things that they put out there. It's not
and there's appliances. I mean, the big guys like Samsung and LG, and take any opportunity to show all the things they do. So their appliances are on display, which have become tech stuff now anyway. I mean, there's some really cool refrigerators and washers and dryers. And I can't believe I would ever say that, but there are some really cool washers and dryers and refrigerators that are awesome. There's everybody's phones. Whoever makes a phone, there's a phone. There are all the little tchotchkes, all the little devices, all the little Bluetooth speakers and boom boxes and karaoke things and every kind of thing like that you can think of, every kind of display you can think of. They're all there. The big corporate companies, like let's say a company like Vox that owns probably 18 different companies, including companies like Klipsch, all the way to little companies that do cables and wires and those kind of things.
Do they own Rakuten?
I believe so.
Rakuten
There's a million different companies. I can't even keep track of it. So they're all on display. So it'll be kind of weird because let's say we want to go look at some Klipsch speakers or Klipsch products. They'll be in the middle of all of that. But they're there and they're on the main floor. There's a lot of car companies, Ford and all those guys, because of all the tech in car now. And the GPS guys, the guys who are putting GPS in cars and world-renowned experts like Brendan, who do GPS stuff. And there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool things all over the place. And there's people always say, "Could you get me a badge?" And I imagine it would be fun for a consumer to just walk through and see all the cool stuff, right? All the cool displays and stuff. For us, it's more, we've been here, we've done this, but we need to see what's new. We need to get, find out what the time frames are on reality on products. Maybe we're a little jaded because we've seen it so many times and so often. But that's the main floor. That's kind of the big convention center, and that's where a lot of that stuff is, right? And it's kind of cool. It's fun stuff. I mean, it's, you get a bag and you get some freebies and you get, those kind of things, those kind of things.
It's very crowded.
It was insanely crowded. I mean, you can't really make any judgment about the quality of a product while you're on the main floor during the main days. That's not possible because there's, you're wall-to-wall people. You're jammed in there. You couldn't evaluate anything. Sony has a preview night, which is really nice. So the night before the show opens, you go to the Sony booth and you can see their stuff, and they give you some explanations, and they're open to the press as well. And you really get to see some of their cool products and some of the cool stuff that's coming from them, which we'll talk about, after the break we're going to take. But that's the main convention center. That's the floor, as they call it. And then there are some sporadic setups in hotel suites throughout Las Vegas. They could be across the street from the convention center, and they could be on the fringes of Las Vegas. They could be anywhere. Guys just rent suites and put their products in there and invite people over and maybe go pick them up wherever they're at and bring them over to the suite and then take them back to where they were going.
Yeah, and I know it's incredibly expensive to display things at the Consumer Electronics Show for the manufacturers, and that may be why they're going to the different suites and stuff in different hotels. But it is, as a purchaser, it is very difficult to get around sure. Las Vegas, during this show. We went in a few days before the show, and there was no traffic. It was perfect. And then once the show started, forget it. You'd stand in line for an hour for a taxi. To get 5 minutes away took half an hour.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So the Venetian /Sands, the Venetian handles the rest of the
Sands still does all car stereo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Venetian has set up a couple different ways. They have a little convention center that's within that for some of the bigger companies. And then a lot of the companies that we deal with, they'll have actual suites in the Venetian set up on the 30th, 31st, 32nd, 33rd, 34th floor, 35th floor. They're all set up in suites there, and you literally walk up and down. You can't wait for an elevator because it's insane. But you literally walk up and down the stairs for those 4 floors and go into those individual suites. And there you could listen to some speakers, or you could check out some new cables and wires,
sure.
or you could actually make an evaluation of a product because it's a small, kind of a cool place or whatever, right? I mean, it's really, it's kind of nice. the tweaky, extreme high-end audio stuff seems to have filtered out a little bit. There's not as many of them there. There used to be more of them. There's less of them there, and more of the mainstream.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's
Relatively
impossibly
high-end.
expensive, or because they feel like they don't have an audience there.
And there's 10 other they have Rocky Mountain Audio Fest. They have 10 other venues to show their
There's a
product,
Newport show,
including
there's
CDO and lots of them.
There's shows in Munich, Germany
Yep.
that seem to be more high end, and there's lots and lots of shows. I mean, even the manufacturers are getting tired of going to so many shows.
So that's what the show is. You go you spend 8-10 hours just walking through all these places, up and down the stairs, all around the place, trying to get from one place to the next. Seeing those products, experiencing those products, and then you go to dinner at night, and then you pass out. Or if you're me, you go play poker. But everybody else goes to,
Everyone goes to sleep except for David.
right.
David plays poker.
So there's lots of cool stuff there. I mean, it is fun. We're gonna go over some of the specifics. The cool things that we saw, and talk about some of the things that got all the press and all the. And, again, we're back. Facebook technicalities. All right, so this SVS event at the store on Thursday night, January 19th, from 6 to 8 p.m. Is he CEO?
Yes.
CEO, man in charge, world speaker enthusiast, will be here. From SVS, as well as some other people from the SVS company. They're going to go over their products. They're going to go over the new stuff. You're going to get to meet them, have conversations with them. They're going to do demonstrations in a few different areas, surround sounds, 2-channel, just an overall audio experience. They promise it'll be fun. There's going to be some great prizes. We'll do a raffle with you can win an entire SVS system. There's an Integra surround sound receiver with Dolby Atmos. There is Dolby Atmos demos all night. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll be a fun evening. SVS and with some help from Integra, we're gonna really do some fun audio stuff, and let you experience audio in a way hopefully you've never experienced before, and you're gonna get to experience at home soon. So lots of cool things. Coincidentally, our anniversary sale, which would normally start that next Saturday, we're going to open up that night for people. So you'll get a first glance at our anniversary sale pricing and all the kind of cool stuff that's going on that night as well. But there'll be refreshments and
no clowns. There will not be any clowns.
Refreshments and of all kinds, food and drink, and it's going to be a fun night. We invite you all out. Please come. You can RSVP on our website. If you go to our website, the first thing that pops up will be the invite, and you can click there and do it there. You can do it on SVS's website. You can do it on SVS's Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook page. Let us know if you're coming. If it's last minute and you're just going to show up, just show up. That's great. But if there's any way, bring a friend, come out, check it out. It's going to be a fun evening. It'll be a fun evening of audio, extreme, thrilling audio. So, SVS event, the 19th, Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. What else was there, Ev? There were a lot of upgrades to audio streaming. It seems like it's starting to catch on that they need high res, that they can't get away with that low res stuff, the crushed MP3 files and the just totally unemotional music stuff they've been doing. A lot of the streaming companies, a lot of the other companies are starting to react to the high res stuff. And thank God for the high res audio society or group or whatever it is that's putting the emphasis there.
Sure, it's the natural evolution. We got the convenience of having, everything right there at our fingertips that you could listen to any time. And there's just been improvements along the way. To storage gets cheaper and cheaper,
Yep.
Internet or networks
People start
get
to
better
demand
and
more
better.
and more and more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a great thing. There were turntables everywhere. I mean, if there's any doubt about turntables making a comeback, there's no doubt. Eliminated. They are making a comeback. There are turntables everywhere. High quality LPs, available, and it's back to analog as far as that's concerned. As far as TVs were concerned, there were. It's not bigger sizes now. Now it's better pictures. Now it's improving the quality of the picture. I mean, Sony showed their latest chip that just it's amazing. I mean, they can take stuff that's not 4K and even old shows, and they still look good on these 4K televisions, which, typically when you start seeing bad stuff on good TVs, it looks bad because it is bad. This stuff seems to look better than it ever looked when we were watching it on our old TVs, and it's very watchable, which is a cool thing. Sony showed some OLED televisions, OLED televisions, which
OLED's not a word. Sorry.
which they're talking about 4 months from now or 5 months from now. We'll see some of those. Their prototypes looked amazing. That's for sure.
Absolutely amazing.
Just kind of kick butt. That's for sure.
And and we'll see those in common TV sizes, right? With something that Sony showed that was over the top. If you want a big TV, is a projector that's a short throw, and in this case, they had it built into a salamander cabinet.
So literally against the wall, just about.
Right, against the wall, and on a screen. And I was talking, so we went to the Sony show, or the, Wednesday night before the show, and looked at all the Sony stuff. And then the next day we had some meetings, and they said, well, did you see this last night? And I said, I think I did, but I thought it was a panel.
Yeah, it looked.
I mean, it was
so
good.
On a 100-inch, was a 100 or 110-inch screen. Literally, it's a box that sits almost at the wall, reflects straight up with the lights on, with the right screen material. An amazing picture. Working with Screen Innovations.
And I think you can get it like up to 120-inch screen with that. So, those of you who want that bigger and bigger panel,
and don't want to take up the space, this is it for sure.
Right.
It was really cool. I mean, it was awesome. It's not inexpensive. It's a $25,000 projector, but it really, really looked good. I mean, it was pretty special, and it can solve a lot of problems for condo owners, loft owners, people who have space issues, or taking the projector out of the theater and bringing it into the living room. That's really the big key to it, or whatever. So there's a lot of cool stuff from Sony. LG showed some new stuff that was real cool. The Samsung TVs looked okay. They're into this whole quantum dot thing. I'm not sure. I don't quite understand. They're still in the curved TV thing, which if you're into it, it's cool. I mean, it's just kind of not our thing, but they're out there if you want them. And that was about it for video. I mean, there was a lot of cheap TVs, which we don't need to talk about. Yes, you can buy a big television for cheap price. That's the answer. So a lot of cool audio stuff, a lot of cool video stuff. We want to invite you guys to come out, check out the little guys, check out the SVS event on January 19th. It'll be a ton of fun. Pre-register if you can. There'll be a raffle, all kinds of great giveaway prizes, as well as a grand prize of a complete system with the new effects speakers. What do they call them? Elevation speakers and an Integra receiver. So a lot of cool other stuff.
Yeah, and you should come check out these Elevation speakers because that was sort of their Dolby Atmos solution. But it turns out that they're super versatile. If you can't get speakers on the sides, if you can't get speakers in the back, if you need to angle them up or angle them down, there's just a lot of cool things. A bunch of different ways you can use these speakers.
You'll see. We have them set up we attached them to a drop ceiling.
Yes.
For our surround, for our setup for the demonstration that's coming up a week from tomorrow. So Thursday, January 19th.
Oh, and you know what else we didn't talk about? 6 to 8 p.m. Yeah. Headphones.
Oh, the PSBs.
Wireless headphones, PSB and Master and Dynamic. Both, everybody's going to be, because of Apple, everyone's going to be coming out with the wireless headphones.
They were awesome. All of them.
They were just
awesome.
Amazing. Master and Dynamic, the fit and finish is always awesome. But the PSBs were, just outstanding. They were just like
a giant step
very rich looking,
Really cool. So there was some cool stuff there. There was some other cool stuff. We're running out of time. So come and check out the little guys. 19031 South Old LaGrange Road in Mokina, south of the city, right off of I-80, easy to get at. Check us out at thelittleguys.com. Email us at info@thelittleguys.com. Call us at the store, 708.
754-8844.
And stop in and have some fun. Monday through Thursday, 10 until 6. Friday and Saturday, 10 until 5. Please email us, Facebook us, talk to us. We're always there for you.
We're here.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.